Good morning, friends and family. Welcome to Wake Up with Greg. I am your host, Greg Rosander with Palin Music Center. And it is Thursday. It's a beautiful day. Got a little bit cooler today thanks to the rain yesterday. So, man, it's a good one. So I'm happy to be here. Happy you're here. And we're just going to have some fun today. So, we're here every weekday morning, 8:30 a.m. Central Time, right here in the good old USA, Springfield, Missouri, in the Palin Music Studios, to share the internet's coolest instruments with you. Today we have a saxophone soiree. Sure, let's call it that. Got some really cool top-of-the-line saxophones to share with you today. I've got some great music to share with you. I've got some cool stuff. So looking forward to it. I hope you are as well. Good morning, Max and Mom and Mike and didn't hear the music. More technical difficulties. I don't know what's going on. It just happens. There's just gremlins in the system. It's the Matrix. Something's wrong with the Matrix. I don't know. Anyway, we'll figure it out. But you can hear me, right? You can hear everything that's going on. We can say good morning to Jordan. Can we hear Jordan? Jordan, are you there?
Good morning.
Good morning. Do you hear
me?
Do you hear Jordan? Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Jordan. We'll say a better good morning to him in just a moment. But before we do that, let's finish up what we've got to talk about this morning. As I was saying, here every weekday morning, 8:30 Central, to share cool instruments with you, also to share music and some fun and laughter and who knows what. So what I need you guys to do for me, hit the like button, the subscribe button, the comment, but we've got the live stream chat going on, so leave your questions and comments and I'll give you a shout out and we can interact and it makes it a whole lot more fun. I do please ask that you keep it appropriate and polite and clean for the show. Sharing what we're doing here. So we don't talk about anything religious or political on here, so let's keep that out of the chat as well. But we're having fun. We're in the 1420s for subscribers, looking to hit that 1500 for the 100th episode coming up in a couple weeks. So like, comment, subscribe, and share this with all of your friends, family, relatives, everybody you know out there, so we can spread the word about all the cool stuff we got going on. All right, so that's what you need to do. That's what I'm doing. We're going to go ahead and dig into this. We'll do a more official good morning, Jordan.
Oh, good morning.
How are you, buddy?
I'm good. How are you?
Super good, super good.
Awesome.
It's a Thursday, we're starting to cruise into the weekend, getting closer to vacation.
Yeah. Oh, I bet you're excited.
Pretty excited about that. We spent a good amount of time last night planning out our itinerary.
That's
So
fun.
yeah, got lobster on the brain, guys. We're heading out to Maine. So any of you watchers out there in Maine, we're headed your way here in about a week. So more cowbell or less cowbell? Always more cowbell. Come on, you got to have more cowbell. Tim, welcome to the show. Frank, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the show. So let's dig into some saxophones and some cool stuff. So
All right. Hop into that. I love your shirt today. Why don't you tell us about it?
I'll tell you about the
And the
shirt
watch.
and the watch. I've even got a different ring on today too. I don't know what's going on today. But the shirt, this is a Daniel Cremieux. I've talked about Daniel Cremieux on the show multiple times. One of my all-time favorite designers for really cool shirts. This one, it's just looking at the screen, it may be hard to see what all is going on in here, but we've got a blue and red checkerboard thing happening, and then we got paisley on top of that in white, and it's got all kinds of stuff going on. So you can see the pattern up close there. There it is. So super fun, super cool, red, white, and blue. We're getting close to America's birthday here next week. A week from today, actually, the 4th of July, Independence Day. So I know all the fireworks stands are up and running, so get out there and get your fireworks and, but be safe, be sane. Don't blow your fingers off because, saxophone players, guitar players, you need your fingers. So, make sure you're having fun, but be safe out there. People are already blowing stuff up on our neighborhood, so I know it's probably happening around the country as well. We get excited. We like to celebrate early. All right, so that's the shirt to watch. This is one of my two now Citizen Echo Drive watches. The black one with the blue highlights, solar powered, or they call it the Echo Drive because it's solar powered. All you need is some bright sunshine to power it up and keep it running. So this was an anniversary gift from my wife. Got the silicone black band on it, little blue highlights on the crown there. So yeah, love it. All right, and then the ring. Oh yeah, I got a different ring on. You can see that one. I like turquoise rings. So this one's a silver and turquoise, and the red stone in there. I don't know what the red stone is. If you guys in the turquoise jewelry business know what that red stone is, let me know. So there we go. Something different, you know, got to change it up every now and then. All right, so the watch, the ring, the shirt. My socks are boring. I'm not going to share the socks today. So let's dig into a horn. We're just going to jump right on into one of the most amazing, top of the line, high-end, professional grade. I don't know what else to say. It's the Shadow, folks. It's the Shadow. The Kyleworth, Julius Kyleworth SX90R Shadow. Oh, first of all, before I open that up, look at the case. Carbon fiber is all the rage these days, guys. So we've got a very sleek, high-tech, modern-looking case with a beautiful handle there. Chrome hardware, very elegant, but and classy, but also high-tech and awesome looking. So what do we have here, guys? We have, like I said, the SXR90 Shadow, or SX90R, I said that backwards. Shadow. This is Kyleworth's flagship. They're top of the line, all professional grade alto saxophone. Right off the bat, you can just see how gorgeous it is with the black nickel body with the bright silver plated keys. We've got silver plating inside the bell, but what's really unique about this horn, aside from just how gorgeous it is it is made out of solid nickel silver. So this is a powerhouse of a horn. It's going to give you really powerful projection. It's going to cut through any ensemble that you're in. If you are a soloist and you want to be noticed, this is the horn for you. If you're hiding out in a horn section in the back of the band and you want to be heard, this is the one to play, because this will knock your socks off. Nickel silver gives you a really bright, edgy, powerful sound. And then with the black nickel plating, it just adds a touch of elegance to it with the silver plating on the keys. A lot of really interesting features that Kyleworth has on this. First, we'll talk about the tone holes, which is that the way you can see it? I don't know if you can see it in there, but we've talked about rolled tone holes versus traditional tone holes. This is kind of a hybrid of rolled versus straight. These are they have a soldered on ring, they call it a tone ring on the tone holes, which gives the pad a flatter, more even surface and much more surface area for the pad to seal on. So it's a really solid pad seal, which gives you, better sound, better projection, better overall performance. And it's kind of unique to Kyleworth. They do the soldered tone rings as opposed to the drawn and rolled tone rings. There are, people that think one is better than the other, but that's all just a matter of opinion. I don't have a strong opinion one way or the other on those. I do like the sound and play and feel of a rolled tone hole saxophone. So, but that's just me. Some people don't. So what other cool features do we have here? We've got a really slick, ergonomically designed front F key. We've got gorgeous black mother of pearl key touches, all natural mother of pearl. These aren't the plastic stuff. This is the real deal. We have the classic Kyleworth height adjustable palm keys, which is unique to Kyleworth. I don't think I've seen those on really any other brand of saxophone. So it's a really unique feature though, because a lot of people will add material to the palm keys to extend them out, especially if you've got bigger hands. These, you don't have to add anything. You just unscrew them and twist them out and tighten them back up. But what else do we have on here? Of course, we've got the high F sharp, the front F, all of that. We've got really great articulating mechanism here through the F and F sharp region. So you can fine tune and adjust your action there for intonation as well. We have the removable bell to body brace there in case you ever sustain any damage to your horn, which we hope you never do, but if you do, it makes it easier to access. And of course, the just rich, gorgeous engraving that we have on the horn, all done by hand. These are made in Germany. Germany is well known for the quality of their instruments, brass instruments and saxophones for centuries now. So definitely a high quality instrument. Really unique and beautiful black Italian leather pads with metal tone boosters. These are domed boosters. And so the tone booster, if you don't know, it's a disc that sits on the pad that basically, when the pad seals, it gives you it's like sealing off the tube with a piece of metal, which is going to give you, again, more resonance and more power to your sound. Just a touch of hint of engraving on the inside of the bell lip there. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. There you go. Get the right angle without all the glares there, but we got the 3-point bell to body brace on the back. Guys, this is top-notch professional saxophone. Who knows what evil lurks in the heart of men? The shadow knows. Ooh, Max throwing out some comic references there, right? Comic books, am I right? Is the shadow, forgive me, is Shadow DC or is the Shadow Marvel? I can't remember. I think it's DC, but Max, you can tell me. I know you know. All right, so one more time, we have the SX90R Shadow. I think it's the 2401, if I'm not mistaken, from Kyle Worth. We even got the beautiful mother of pearl on the left-hand pinky spatula there. Guys, this is a killer horn. We have a review of this horn on our website, or on our YouTube channel. I think it was done by Austin. May have been done by Paul. I can't remember which one did it, but it is just a killer horn, so check that out for sure. Comes with a little adjusting tool for the palm keys that I was talking about. That's kind of fun. I don't know that I like that just bouncing around in the case though. We'll put that in a safe spot. The neck also has the beautiful hand engraving on the neck as well. So check this out live on our website, palinmusic.com, or by giving me a call, 417-882-7006, or check out our Reverb page at reverb.com. We've got all kinds of cool super deals on that site as well. All right, that's horn number one. Max says DC. I know it's mostly from the old radio show. That's right. The old radio, the Shadow knows. Come and get this horn, guys. I want to ship it to you today. It is fantastic. Okay.
All right, before we get to the next horn, why don't you share some music with us?
Let's do that. But even before we do that, we got to get some coffee in the gullet here. All right. So I think Max is my partner in crime behind the scenes, way back behind the scenes on the other side of the wall over there. I think he brought to my attention that I've talked about this artist before, or maybe this music, but I checked the playlist. I have not talked about him specifically on the playlist or recommended any of his music. But so this is a twofold deal. We'll talk about the music and then we'll talk about the film that the music comes from. So the artist, first of all, is Dexter Gordon, one of the giants in the jazz world, certainly one of the giants in the tenor sax field. Just a powerhouse of a man. I mean, he's a very tall man, first of all, very imposing, but his sound is like no other. He's got one of those sounds that the moment he hits that first note, you know it's Dexter. There are a lot of other players out there that kind of sound similar, so it's a little bit harder to define them when you're listening to them. But Dexter is not that guy. You hear Dexter and you know it's him. So who are we talking about? We're talking about Dexter Gordon. Okay. Now he is primarily known for tenor sax. That is what he plays primarily, but he's also a fantastic soprano player. And the song that I'm sharing with you is called Tivoli, in which he plays soprano sax. It's from the album The Other Side of Round Midnight, which we'll talk about here more in a minute because it's an album compilation that goes along with the film Round Midnight. And we'll talk about that. Long Tall, that's right, tenor sax king, 99. Welcome to the show. Those of you watching, I always suggest this. Let me know where you're watching from. Where are you in the world so I can give you and your people a shout out. So what makes this song great? It's Dexter Gordon, that's what makes it great. But the other artists on this album, Herbie Hancock, Tony Williams, Ron Carter, who else we got on here? Just John McLaughlin. I mean, there's just, the artists are the top of the jazz world. So you have got to just give this a listen and understand the truth that is in jazz and just how amazing it is. So the song is Tivoli. It's Dexter Gordon, the tenor sax legend on soprano sax, along with the other artists I just mentioned. And like I said, we'll talk more about that. But I'm adding this right now to the playlist Wake Up with Greg, which I have created for all of you on Spotify that you can listen to. It's a public playlist. Just go to Spotify and look up playlists Wake Up with Greg, and it'll be there. And you can join in and have some fun with all of the music that I've shared on this show over the past 93 episodes now. Let's see, Monday was 90, 91, yeah, 93 episodes. Man, we're getting close. That means we're only 7 away from 100, but we're more than 7 days away because I've got a vacation in between there. So, but I don't know what we're doing yet for the show as far as what's going to be going on vacation, but I'll let you know as soon as I know. We may have an answer on that tomorrow or maybe next week, but I'll let you know before I go. All right, one more time for the music choice. Dexter Gordon from The Other Side of Round Midnight. The song is Tivoli, so check that out. You can also look for it on your other streaming services, or if you've got the vinyl like I have that I'll be showing you in a bit, you can listen to it that way. All right, so that's the musical choice for the day. We have up for grabs now another top tier alto saxophone. And I know many of you who watch this show regularly have seen this horn before, so forgive me for a repeat. But I want to sell this horn. I want you guys, I need somebody out there to take this one home. It needs a new home. It's been hanging out with me for too long. But it is beautiful. One of the most beautiful saxophones I've ever seen in my life, and have had the honor and pleasure to work with this company and experience this company. So I'm going to show this case. You're going to know immediately what I'm talking about. Yep, this is the Ramponi and Casani alto saxophone. Which one though? You never know what it's going to be. I've got a few of them in stock, so it could be anything. But it is, yes, it is the two voices, Le Due Voce alto saxophone. Look at that. Okay, so what have we here? Austin is here. He says, been playing guitar for 15 years. How long would it take to get basics down on the saxophone? To get the basics down on the saxophone, I've often said many times in my career that I can teach anybody to play the saxophone in 5 minutes or less. Because I can. The saxophone is really an easy instrument to get started on. It's very intuitive. It's very simple in its layout. Every finger has its key and it all makes sense. It's easy to produce a tone on. Now, that being said, it's one of the hardest instruments to become really good at because there's tons and tons and hundreds and thousands of saxophone players out there. So to be able to get to the point where you can distinguish yourself amongst the horde, it takes some work, guys. You really need to put the work and effort, practice time in to get there. But the rewards are endless. So yeah, you can pick up the saxophone very easily. So, and I can help you with that. Austin, let me know where you're watching from. Would certainly love to be able to, be a part of your musical journey there. All right, so getting back to this saxophone, this is the Ramponi and Casani Le Due Voce, or the two voices. So what do we have? We have professional, handmade, 100% handmade in Italy from a company that's 200 plus years old. They've been doing it the old school way for old world traditional way for centuries now. But this is a very modern horn in its design and its layout and its playability. It's got a very modern key mechanism, and then from the highest grade materials. So we have a solid bronze body. So bronze, as we've talked about on the show, is a combination of copper and zinc, as opposed to brass, which is a combination of copper and tin. So the zinc and the copper are a little more resistant. They don't resonate quite as easily as brass does, but once you get it moving, so once you push through with the air to get that metal vibrating, the resonance is just outstanding. It's such a beautiful sound, and it cuts very well, similar to the nickel silver in that it cuts very well, but it just got a really rich sound. So that's the solid bronze on the body. And then the bell is solid sterling silver, okay, which represent the two voices. So you've got the voice of the bronze, and then you've got the voice of the silver, which really complement each other, adds a lot of color and richness and depth and darkness to the tone. Esther Salazar is here. Welcome to the show, Esther. Thank you for being here. And then we've got the raw brass keys, okay? All hand-formed, hand-forged keys with the olive wood, natural Italian olive wood key touches, which I think is just stunning and has a really great feel as well. The finish on this horn, it's completely raw. There's no lacquers, no extra polishing or anything. So it's going to age and patina over time and just gain richness in color and complexity in color and look. So, but we've got, of course, the highest grade Italian leather pads with metal tone boosters. We have a 4-point bell to body brace. We have same, fine adjustments throughout that you have on any modern horn. Esther is asking if I can play it. I'm not really set up to play it today, Esther. I apologize, but stay tuned to the show. I do play occasionally, and I will. I promise to do that here soon, before long. So you can certainly check out our other videos, though, on our YouTube channel, Palin Music Band and Orchestra on YouTube, and you can see Austin Farnham, our sax demo specialist, playing this horn, as well as many others. You can check out those demos. So this is the two voices, which is also representative of the two bell towers of the churches in the town of Corna-Sota, at the foot of the Italian Alps in northern Italy, little tiny village, and then the beautiful engraving on the bell representing the church towers there, an homage to the artist Casanova, who drew this particular piece of art. So yeah, this is the Le Due Voce, or two voices, alto saxophone, high grade, handmade Italian beauty. Please check out our website at palinmusic.com or give me a call at 417-882-7006. And you can take this horn home with you today. Whoops, almost knocked it off the table there. Let me show you the neck as well, because the neck is actually brass, raw brass, which is kind of fun. So there's the raw brass neck. This comes in two variations. You can get it with the bronze body and silver bell, or with a brass body and silver bell. The one with the brass body has silver plated keys, which is really cool. And so yeah, it's got everything that you would possibly want on a high grade, handmade professional saxophone. So check it out at palinmusic.com, or give me a call, 417-882-7006. Or check out our Reverb page, or you can email me at gregr@palinmusic.com. So yeah, we've got all kinds of ways you can contact me, and we can talk saxophones. So yeah.
Something cool to share with us?
I do have something cool to share with you today. If you've been longtime watchers of the show, I apologize. This may be a repeat. I don't remember talking about this on the show, though, so it's new in my head, and so hopefully it'll be new in yours. If it's a repeat, it's a repeat, so you can enjoy it. I was just talking about Dexter Gordon and the music from the movie Round Midnight. This is the album, The Other Side of Round Midnight. The movie Round Midnight is one of the first really true, authentic films about jazz and jazz music and jazz artists. It's loosely based on the life of Bud Powell, who spent time in Europe, in Paris, and befriended a Frenchman by the name, I think his name was it Francois, something like that, I don't know. Anyway, and he ended up writing music. He invited him into his home. He recorded many albums in his home. It's just a beautiful story. But Dexter Gordon played the lead role in the movie, so it's kind of loosely based on Bud Powell. So he plays, his character's name is Dale Turner, and but he's a jazz player in the States, you know, of course, dealing with a lot of the oppression that many artists dealt with, you know, with the race divide and the you know, the racism and bigotry that we have, unfortunately, still today going on in this country. Europeans at the time were much more accepting and would honor these guys, would come over. Many expats from the States went over and made great livings performing jazz in Europe, and that's how the great American art form of jazz spread throughout the world. But Dexter Gordon himself spent time in Paris in the early 60s. Is it early? No, excuse me, late 60s, early 70s, I think it is. And so, you know, he was able to portray this character true to life because he lived it and experienced it himself. One of the great things, this movie came out in 1986, my senior year of high school. So it's been around a while, but it is just an iconic film, and it's so lovingly done and represents jazz in such a beautiful way. It also, all of the musical performances in the movie were recorded live as they were filmed on the set. So everything that you see happening on the set is these musicians playing this music live. And so who are the musicians? I mentioned some of them. Ron Carter, Herbie Hancock, Billy Higgins, Freddie Hubbard, Bobby Hutcherson, Bobby McFerrin, John McLaughlin, Pierre Michelot, Paye Mickelborg, or is it Palais? I think maybe it's Palais. Wayne Shorter, Mads Vindig, Cedar Walton, and Tony Williams. And these guys are all legends in the jazz world who've performed with each other for decades. You know, were parts of many of the great jazz groups, certainly like the Miles Davis group and many others performed with each other. It was kind of like a reunion show per se for all of these guys. But man, musically, this thing is off the charts. Dexter Gordon received an Academy Award nomination. He didn't win. I think he should have, for his one and only first acting role. So yeah, right out of the guns, you know, the guy's got extreme talent both on screen and on horn. So if you get the opportunity, check out the movie Round Midnight. I hope it's on some of the streaming services. I haven't checked to confirm that for you. But it is definitely a powerful movie, well worth the watch. And then the music, of course, is well worth the listen. The album is called The Other Side of Round Midnight, and it's all of the performances from the movie. You can see the songs on here: Round Midnight, Berenger's Nightmare No. 2, Call Sheet Blues, which was kind of an original jam that these guys just started doing while they were waiting for their time to be filmed. Fortunately, the camera guys rolled and got it on tape. What Is This Thing Called Love? Tivoli, which is the one I've added to the playlist. Society Red, As Time Goes By, It's Only a Paper Moon, and then a reprise of Round Midnight. So, but look at just how cool this dude is, right? He's got his cigarette there, like, got 4 inches of ash just hanging off of that, ready to drop. He's like, you want to take my picture? Take my picture. But you got some really cool shots of him on the back of this. So anyway, I think I've talked enough about it. The movie is called Round Midnight. The album is called The Other Side of Round Midnight. The artist is Dexter Gordon, who takes the spotlight in this, but all of the other artists that join him are cream of the crop, tip of the top amazing players. Esther, I like music too. I want to learn how to play piano. Well, we can make that happen. Esther, where are you watching from? Are you here in Missouri, close to home? Are you out there somewhere else in the world? We'd love to be able to help you on your musical journey. Helping people make meaningful music is what we do. I'll get back to that in a minute. All right, so that's my cool thing for the day. We've got one more saxophone to share with you, and this is the epitome of saxophone design, if you can call it that, which I just did, so we're gonna go with it. This is the Selmer Supreme. Selmer, as you know, has been making the world's best saxophones for well over 100 years now. Excuse me, I need a sip of coffee. All right. This horn was many years in the design, research, and development process. I think somewhere between 7 to 12 years, depending upon who you ask. But it's the pinnacle. It is the saxophone of all saxophones. Everything that they've learned over the past 100+ years of saxophone design has been put into this horn. So first of all, the case, a custom designed case specifically for these saxophones. I think the cases are made by BAM, which is one of the great saxophone case companies, and we've got several of them in stock, so you can check those out on the website as well. But let me just show you this beautiful horn. I've got a couple of these in stock. This is the 92 model. This is the DL for the dark lacquer. Host Eddie is here. Good morning, Eddie. Welcome to the show. And then we've also got the one in the matte finish. Comes in a couple of other finishes as well. First of all, let's opening up the case. You get this cool little protective blanket that has the artistic rendering of the engraving that is actually found on the bell of the saxophone. Really detailed, intricate, delicate, filigree, beautiful hand engraving on that. So, but let's look at the horn. Let's see what we have here. Okay, so here it is. This is the Selmer Supreme, the model 92 DL for dark lacquer, and it's just rich and elegant and beautiful. All of the key work has been redesigned for just perfect ergonomics in the feel and in the placement of the keys. It has got probably the most rock solid, perfect intonation of any saxophone that's ever been made. So this is a perfect horn for any classical work, but it is also perfect for any jazz work that you would like to do. So it can cross all of the spectrums. The features on it, you've got the fine adjustments throughout that I've been talking about. Again, the redesigned key work, redesigned key guards, which are just so cool. Very kind of cutaway, lightweight, so not adding a lot of extra weight to the horn, but just elegantly designed. Beautiful, all metal adjustable thumb hook on the back, the traditional 3-point brace. Again, another beautiful key guard here. It's just elegance personified in this horn. The neck socket up on top is a nickel silver, and it's free rotating, which is really interesting. But yeah, the highest grade Italian leather pads, domed metal tone boosters, but I don't even know if you can catch at all the beauty of the engraving on here. The engraving is representative of old world and new world technologies. You've got, some cubist elements in the design, plus your traditional floral elements. And it's not just on the bell, but it's up the back of the horn as well. And maybe also on the neck. Let me pull the neck and show you there. No engraving on the neck, but there is the neck, and it's got the classic blue Selmer S logo on the neck, which, when you're looking at somebody on screen or on stage and you see that blue diamond on there, that's a Selmer saxophone. So this is the Selmer Supreme, just absolutely gorgeous horn, top of the line. It can't get any better than this. I mean, like I said, this is the pinnacle of saxophone design, folks. And I've got a couple of them, and I would love to send them your way. If you are a player looking to take your art to the next level, this is the horn that'll do it. The Selmer Supreme, model 92 DL. Check this out on our website at palinmusic.com. Give us a call, 417-882-7006. Check out our Reverb page at reverb.com, or email me, gregr@palinmusic.com. So there we are. That's the Selmer Supreme. Pink Hobo, that's an awesome horn. Thank you for being on the show. I agree with you. Esther's in Texas, Rio Grande, Texas. Fantastic. My wife's family is all from Texas out there. So West Texas area. Did I talk about the mother of pearl key touches on here? Highest grade mother of pearl key touches on there. You got them on the bottom and the top. So, alrighty, there we go. That is the third and final horn of the day in our saxophone soiree. So, what do we got left, Jordan?
The other thing left is wisdom.
Wisdom, just wisdom and fun, right? Okay. So sticking with the saxophone and Dexter Gordon theme, I found a musical quote by Dexter Gordon that I thought I would share with you today. This is what Dexter Gordon, the jazz giant, says about jazz. He says, "Jazz to me is a living music. It's a music that since its beginning has expressed the feelings, the dreams, hopes of the people." Okay, one more time. Jazz to me is a living music. It's a music that since its beginning has expressed the feelings, the dreams, the hopes of the people. I think that's very true. Jazz has been a very important part of my musical upbringing. It's the style of music I gravitate to the most when I want to listen to music. And even when I want to play music. So that is that. So think about that, dig in and, explore some great jazz music, explore other kind of music too. I mean, jazz isn't the only thing out there. Of course, there's multiple styles of music. You can listen to whatever you want. It's all good, right? So get out there, create some music, perform some music, share music with friends and family, and share this show with your friends and family. Subscribe, hit all those buttons and do all that fun stuff for us. And we'll be back doing this again tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. Central Time right here on our YouTube channel. And if you can't watch this show live, you can still watch it. We've got all of our previous episodes uploaded on the YouTube channel. So you can watch all 92 previous episodes and then watch this one. And like I said, we'll be back again tomorrow, 8:30. So thanks for being here. Thanks for participating in the chat. Feel free to reach out to me anytime you have any questions. I am accessible all day long. So would love to chat with you. Would love to send some new horns your way. So just remember this, helping people make meaningful music is what we do. And when you're ready, I'm here for you too. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a good day. Bye-bye.